downtown Detroit. This is where all the affairs are handled. This is the municipal center, Coleman A. Young. So this is where you gotta go handle your business. That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. In Detroit, got to handle the BI. The paperwork game is important. You could lose your property by not handling your paperwork. They make all these buildings kind of intimidating, you know, set you off and you're trying to get your business done. But you can't be discouraged or intimidating. Go handle your BI. This is where I'm going now. Sometimes in these bureaucracies, one company, one office don't know what the other's doing. So now they're sending me to another office. You have to have a lot of patience when you're going back and forth with these agents, because one will tell you one thing, then the other one will tell you something. And a lot of times they're not together on point. Now I'm in property management, division, room 412. I'm waiting here for a little while. I had to fill out some more paperwork and wait on them to make a decision about some fines that's on the property before I owned it. You have to sometimes find out all of this, but there's some fines on this property that I'm not responsible for because I was not the owner at the time. But they will be attached to the property unless you go through this process to get them removed. I'll let y'all know what happens next. Now, here's the thing that can get discouraging. I go back to the dangerous buildings department because the people told me that they are the ones who initiated summons, and I would have to go back with them. No one knows what's going on. So now the young lady, which she did, but she took the paperwork and she decided to walk down there herself to help make a correction, hopefully. Who knows? But these are the things that can frustrate you, because in bureaucracies, this one doesn't know what this one is doing. There's 3 different offices that I've been to already on this floor, and I'm getting shuffled around like a deck of cards. You understand? Now I can be like, man, later for this, I'm gone. But no, I'll stick it out. That's what we do. Now I'm leaving somewhat successful. $1,800 in fines, $702 taken off, because at that point, I didn't own the property. That would have stayed there if I didn't come down here and go through this process of getting passed around, you know, over here, over here, over there. So you have to be diligent and do your due diligence to get your work done. Now I have a better idea on how to deal with this property, what to do first and what not to do. Because trust me, when you come to these offices, everybody's not on top of their job. If you don't ask the right question, you won't get the right information. That's why I asked her, and I asked her again, and then I asked her again, and I jotted some notes. But she was very helpful. She came from behind the desk and did what she needed to do. So I appreciate that. So now, the next step, I'll pay this. It'll open up for me to get a clearance to take the next step in the process of renovating this property. I was doubtful, you know, sometimes you want to walk away because there's so many hoops you gotta go through. And what's even more discouraging is when you go to one department that you think you were supposed to deal with, they send you to another. And then they say you shouldn't have never came down here, and they send you to another. And then that office sends you back to the original place you started. How confusing is that? But like I say, anything worth having, especially in this real estate game, the bureaucracy is real. You have to just stay with it. Even when you're discouraged, just stay with it, man, because that's how it is. And a lot of us lose because the paperwork part of the game is the thing that gets by us. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna own something, remember there's maintenance to keep it, and there's paperwork that you have to keep up with semi-annually and annually. So if you don't, at some point, something to get on you, whether it's a lien, whether it's some fines, and you might not know until you go down there. So every now and then, check your deed, check your paperwork, see if fines is on your property, because if not, you might get caught out there, concrete and steel. Just keeping you informed, baby.